You may not automatically think of the climate crisis as artistic inspiration, but in fact, it's the foundation of an effort to unite poetry of young writers with the music of masters. And to discuss it, I'm joined now by violinist Andy Bruck. He's the president of the Musicians Association of Jacksonville. Welcome, Andy.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
I'm glad to have you. What motivated local musicians? This is the Local Musicians Union to orchestrate this seemingly very ambitious project.
Actually, this is something that sort of synergizes a lot of my passions, including music education, the United Nations, poetry, and it just I became aware of how stressed that youth are around the world about the climate crisis, and I thought, let's create something constructive that can be sort of a partnership between that would motivate student creativity with some of the support from the professional music world.
And so the students are tasked with what exactly?
They can submit poems in two categories. The first is a written poem of 100 to 300 words. The other category is spoken word, up to 3 minutes of video.
Uh-huh. And so they make their submissions, and then and they're supposed to be on the topic of climate change. Is that right?
That's correct.
But they're not to music.
They will not. They're not to music, but the grand prize winner in the written poem will get their music set to classical soundtrack, and it'll kind of like the Aaron Copland Lincoln Portrait idea. And we were able to secure a grant from Jacksonville University, the Climate Innovation Challenge grant, and that's going to fund the commissioning of the composer William Boston, as well as the recording. We'll make a professional recording by members of the Musicians Union.
So that's really interesting. Tell us a little bit about who William Boston is.
He is actually he's a JU graduate, and
interesting. So they're funding the grant, and this would actually go to one of their students in some way.
Yes, that's correct. And then he has among his notable accomplishments is that he composed a short series of light classical miniatures with his work was recorded by the English Chamber Orchestra. He also worked with the Star Trek Enterprise composer Velton Ray Bunch as a music associate, so he has quite a background.
Interesting. Well, let's take a listen to one of William Boston's compositions. So, Andy, why focus on the climate crisis? I know you said it's your interest and you're concerned about anxiety that youth are having over the issue, but it does seem like a tall topic to tackle in poetry. Perhaps not. I don't know.
Well, I mean, for me, it's such an overarching issue just personally, the climate crisis, and it just seems like every couple of days there's some new huge story about it. It's just, and I just really felt like we just need hundreds, thousands of people thinking about this issue and applying their creativity. And if it's going to take just a global effort to solve it, to address it.
Do you think that music and poetry, in some ways, have the power to connect individuals to nature or just even to the larger universe?
Absolutely. Actually, it's almost like you read my mind here. That one of my favorite influences is the author Daisaku Ikeda, and he has actually written about the poetic spirit, and he said that it fuses the pulse of the human heart with the rhythm of nature and the universe, and it also has the power to retune and reconnect a discordant, divided world. And then also just the music and words have a really powerful synergy in themselves. At my grant presentation, I shared a quote. Let me see if I can find it. It was some research that was done that just shows how powerful the combination of music is. It increases the flow of blood to the brain, and it just wakens the emotions, and and it just seems like caring, awakening a sense of caring is really what's most crucial here.
So kids who enter, there actually is a cash reward if they win. Is that right?
That's right. Yes, we have 3 prizes in each of those 2 categories. So a $500, a $300, and a $100 prize.
So that's for the written and the spoken word.
Correct. Yes.
And how is the winner determined?
We have for the written, we have 4 judges. We have 2 of them are from UNF. They're in English department. We have one from JU, and we also have another poet from kind of independent outside of the university.
Just briefly, how can people make a submission?
They want to visit our website, which is jacksmusic444.com, and then go to the climate crisis section of the website, and they can click on to submit their form and learn more about it.
Andy Bruck, thank you so much for being here.